Hello, this has been McGahee on McGahee Mathematics with a video lesson on the coordinate plane. So we're going to learn how to graph points, and we will actually get to lines in the next video on coordinate plane. So notice that we started off with a number line last time, but it just only went, left and right. But with the coordinate plane, what you have is you have these two vertical axes that meet. So the horizontal axis right here is called the x-axis, and then the vertical axis here is called the y-axis. And so, there's a point, of course, where the two axes meet, the x and y axis. This point here where they meet, this is called the origin. So the origin is like where you start. You can think of it as like your home, or just wherever you begin. And notice that the plane is divided into 4 quadrants. So you have the first quadrant, the second quadrant, third quadrant, and then the fourth quadrant. So the easiest way to remember is just to start in the northeast quadrant, and that's the first one, and then work your way counterclockwise. So the second quadrant's the northwest quadrant, third quadrant is the southwest quadrant, and then the fourth quadrant is the southeast quadrant. So there was an important mathematician in say the 16th century. His name was Rene Descartes. He was a French mathematician and a philosopher. Rene Descartes. And he actually invented, this coordinate system or plane, and it's named after him, called the Cartesian coordinate plane. And he also made some very important contributions to geometry, and you may have heard him say the famous philosophical saying, I think, therefore I am, or be the cognito ergo sum if it's in Latin. I think, therefore I am. So so he's a pretty interesting guy, and he invented this thing, and thanks to him we were able to do some graphing, and we were able to develop some important technologies, like the GPS, global position satellite, that helps you find your location, where you're located when you're traveling, like on vacation, or even if you're playing on a golf course. You want to know how far you are from your ball to the green, and all that good stuff. So there are a lot of applications, used in technology, real life, thanks to Rene Descartes for inventing the coordinate plane. So just want to mention that when, let's say, I use a different color, that on the x-axis, remember how we did our number line? We started this, it was at 0, and all the numbers that go to the right of 0, those are positive, right? So we'll just draw an arrow there. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So all of these, when you're moving to the right of the origin, all these are positive numbers, and then all the numbers to the left of 0, they're negative. So we'll have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. So all the numbers to the left of the origin are negative, and then likewise with the y-axis, the vertical axis, anything above 0, those are positive numbers, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And then all the numbers below 0 on the y-axis are negative. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and then so on. So that gives you an idea, how to, arrange the numbers on the x and the y-axis. So all the numbers going to the right and up are positive, and all the numbers to the left and going down are negative. And then there's kind of important notation that we use, when we're plotting a point in the plane, and say, we have a point here. And so the way we notate that is we have parentheses, and then we do x, comma, y. So the number x, that represents, our position from the origin, where we're going, how many units left or right. So, if x is negative, we're going to go to the left. If x is positive, we're going to go to the right. And if x is 0, we're just going to stay put here. We're not going to move left or right, so we stay put. And then the same is true for y. So the y coordinate, if y is positive, we're going to go up on the y-axis. If y is negative, we're going to go down on the y-axis. And if y is 0, we're just going to stay put. So to this point at the origin, this point right here, we don't move any x or y units, so we just call that 0, 0. So that would be that's the coordinates for that point, for the origin. So let's say, for example, if I were to move, let's say I had to go 2 units here, x, and then go up 3 units for y, right? So I could see that point is I go 2 for x, so I parenthesis with 2, and then I go up 3 for y, so that would be 3. So my point would be 2, 3. If I wanted to go, let's say, 4 units this way on the x-axis, so -4, and then I go just down 1 unit for y-axis, I'd do -4, -1. So that would be my point. So I go So I go 4 units to the left, -4, and then go down 1 unit, and that'd be -1. So, what if I wanted to just go like on the y-axis? Let's say I wanted to go just a point right here. Let's just say just to this, up to here on 5. So notice that I didn't go left or right for x, so that would just be 0. And then I went up 5 units for y. So my ordered pair, or my point, would be 0, 5. So these things with the x comma y are also known as ordered pairs, because you have two pieces of information, right? You got x and y, and that gives you the location or the point. I could also go, let's say, what would be this point? X-axis is at the point 2. I moved 2 units. And did I go any y units? No. No, I didn't go up or down, so that'd be 0. So ordered pairs 2, 0. So I think you have an idea, how to plot a point in the Cartesian coordinate plane. And as I said, it takes a little bit of practice to get used to. Just remember that x is your first coordinate and y is your second coordinate. So x comes before y in the alphabet, and that x goes left or right and y goes up or down. So what we're going to do here is in the next video we're going to learn how to plot some lines in the plane and see how that works. Just give an equation of a line and then plot some points and see what those look like. So this has been McGahee with McGahee Mathematics, talking about the coordinate plane. And in our next lesson, look forward to plotting some lines where we get 2 or more points, and then we get to connect them together to create a straight line. So do look forward to that.